Hi folks, I'm Alona and today I have yet another earrings tutorial. I'm all about earrings currently. So I saw this design on Pinterest and just on the internet, well, a similar design, so I thought why not make a tutorial. It's a cute and simple design, so it shouldn't be a problem for you to do. I'm using 20 gauge round wire and 28 gauge weaving wire, but you can use whatever you want. And yeah, let's get going. So I have 20 gauge wire here, and I'm going to use 28 gauge as weaving wire. You can use 18 gauge wire and 26 weaving or whatever you want. I have this brass wire, so I decided to use it because why not? And I'm using 10 inches length. I think it is 10 inches, let's see. Yeah. And that's the size I have, so it's about 2 inches. You can use bigger, you can use longer wire or shorter wire. Depends on the size of the earring you want in the end. And I'm going to start with, so I'm just going to take it and leave a little bit. I'm going to make my loop from that later, but for now I'm just going to put this to the side and start shaping. I prefer doing 2 earrings at the same time, but I was trying to come up with a design, so I have a bunch of stuff that I tried doing. So I settled on this one, so I already have one. Otherwise I would be making them. Otherwise I'd be making 2 at the same time. Anyway, so I'm gonna try to have a similar shape, which is again easier to do if you're doing them at the same time. But that's what I do. I'll make a general curve first, and I'll see. I'll try to align them and see that it's sort of similar. I mean, they're not going to be identical, and it is totally fine. Like my silversmithing teacher used to say, there's a whole face in between your earrings, so it doesn't matter if they're not exactly identical. This looks about okay. Now I will take pliers and just bend this up. See how it's looking. It's looking okay. So now I will kind of squeeze this bit. There's my dog walking, we can hear him. Okay, that looks about correct. I'm going to start my figure 8 weave right here at the bottom. If you don't know how to do figure 8 weave, I'll leave the link to it in the description, but you probably want to practice a little bit before starting. So just secure it. Move it to the bottom and start my weave. What I'm going to do, see, on this one, it kind of goes down and the direction. So I achieve this by, see if you'll focus or not. Here I do 2 rotations. See, I go once, then 2 full rotations, and then on the third one I go to the other side. But on this side I just do standard standard 2 rotations. So 3 on one and 2 on the other. You'll see what I mean. So I'm going up first, and there I go 1, 2, 3. Go into the bottom and just do 1, 2. And see, it's like I've been going a little bit and it's starting to kind of move that upward direction. And I'm going to continue doing this until I reach about here, and then I'll come back to you and give you some tips on how to hold your weave here. Okay, so I'm here now and I'm, you know, weaving, blah, 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 and then like I'm doing my thing and the weave starts sliding up because it's narrowing instead of opening. Like, see, when I try to, it just wants to do this. So what you need to do is hold it constantly with your fingers, but again, don't forget about the tension, like, and the strength you're holding with, because if you press too much, the wire will warm up and deform. It's not as bad with brass wire or with silver wire, but with copper wire, it will 100% do that. So you kind of just like keep it on your finger and hold it with your thumb. But you see, like, I'm not pressing it, I'm just holding it. And then pushing it with my nail. See, if I let it go, it slides instantly. Oh. So I need to make sure it's there. I need to push it down. That also happens. See, I did, God damn it, focus. Like, I pulled too hard. So it's kind of here, but it's okay. Like, it's not gonna be super visible. But that also happens. So you need to be really careful with what are you doing. Unless you don't really care, then yeah, it's also up to you, you know. Like in one of my trial pieces, I was just like going wild, and you know, see, like, it's all, the weave is all over the place. But again, it's up to you. It depends what you want. This is my half of the leaf is done. So I'm not cutting this wire. I'm keeping it long because I'm just going to use the same wire to do this. And what we're gonna do first is bring this guy down, the long one. Actually, I'm going to coil this wire around because it's all going to be coiled over it. And bring it down, maybe give it a bigger angle, like this. And I'm going to check against my second earring, make sure that they are similar. I'm going to start shaping this, just loosely for now. This looks okay. And I'm going to use these beads I have. They're just like little crystals. You can use whatever you want, really. You can use seed beads or pearls or bigger beads or smaller beads, or yeah, basically whatever you want. I'm going to cut, like, I keep my wire on the spool always, so I'm going to cut some length because obviously I can't put the beads on if my wire is on the spool. And I see, okay, so I'll need a bit more of a coil here before I can start adding my beads. So I got about here. I also broke my wire, so I had to trim it and add more, which also happens. But the beautiful thing about wire is that you can just add more. Okay, so I'll take the bead, put it on, slide it all the way down. And then I'll hold it where I want it to be. And coil the weaving wire around for, you know, some distance. It depends how like close to each other you want them to be. You might want them like in one straight line, or you want big spaces between them. It really depends on the size of your bead too. Sorry, everything is like twisting and rotating. I take another one. They will want to do this, but like you just, ooh, what's happening there? The wire uncoiled a little bit. You'll just have to hold them together, and eventually they will stay there. See, I'm holding them, preventing them from moving. And I will continue doing so. Like, for example, I will estimate that that much. So I'll continue doing so until I get there. There's another way to add beads like that to the side of your design. So like here. And what you do is first you will make a coil all the way down, or like all the way around the length you want. Then you will attach another piece of wire, and basically you will like wrap this wire on top of your already existing coil, and whichever way you use is really up to you. So you would just do this, and then, you know, a couple of wraps, take another piece, another bead, another couple of wraps. So it really depends what look you're going for. Like as you can see here, it's like where it's on top, but I myself prefer this, but you know, it's entirely up to you. I have enough beads here. Now I'm going to just put them together and shape it. So it's like this. And see, I kept this length of wire here because I'm going to use it to secure this wire to the tip of the leaf. And I'll just coil it until it until it reaches that bit. And I'm going to, right, which side is the behind, because you know they have to mirror, so this is the behind. I'm going to bring it behind the leaf, behind the frame, just move this little bit out of the way, and use whichever way is accessible to secure this wire. I'm going to trim it, it's too long, like here. I'll see if I can show it to you. My phone doesn't really want to focus often, so I'll just use the I almost always use figure 8 weave to secure things because it's just good for that. Just kind of like if you were sewing, you know? Sewing? I don't know what's happened with me today. I can't even speak properly. Using thread and needle. Anyways, let's say this is fine, and now I want to bring it up, but first I'm going to secure this piece of woven wire just around a few times so it's safe. As always, trim, squish. Now I'll just take this guy and bring it up. See what it will look like. Okay. And now I need to make this curve similar, like this element similar to the second side, which is, there is no secret here. You just have to do it and hope for the best. As I said, it's okay if it's not like totally identical because, yeah, they're handmade earrings. You can't expect them to be identical. And like here, my wire was too short, so I didn't have enough to secure it over the top. But if you have enough, you can bring it all the way here and just tuck it there. But since I already have mine like in the middle, not in the middle, but like going through there, so I'll just do exactly the same thing here. I'll trim it, bring it in. And secure it. And to secure it, I'm going to just make sure this is all similar as much as it can be. Bring it here, trim it quite short. Again, I'll see if I can focus here. And just like squish this end around, but make sure that the sharp part of the wire is hidden in the weave there. And I see what happened here. It turned a little bit. Now I'll just use my pliers to carefully reshape it. I had to straighten it and sort it off camera because it's hard to see. But anyway, so the last thing we have to do is to make the loop. And just, let's see how big this loop is. It's about there, so I'm gonna aim for here as well. I'm just making single loop because brass wire is slightly harder than copper, but like if you have copper wire, if it's really soft, you can either make like a single loop and hammer it, or you can wrap around to secure it. And now I'll add my ear wires. So these are niobium, but you know, you can use whatever you want. I managed to cut myself somehow. That also happens. And voila, they are ready. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and let me know if you have any questions. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.